When I say that the rapture of the church is imminent, the word imminent means it could happen at any time, meaning it could happen before we get off of this telecast. When I began teaching prophecy over 40 years ago, there were conditions. I said, the rapture cannot happen until this happens, and it can't happen until this happens, and it can't happen until this happens. All of that has happened. Basically, the greatest sign of the second coming is the rebirth of Israel in 1948. And then Jerusalem was reunited with the state of Israel in the Six-Day War. And then the size of Israel was doubled in that Six-Day War. Then the four blood moons manifested themselves in a perfect sequence. And when I finished preaching that series, I said, the next thing that will happen is that Russia will move out of the north into the Middle East. That happened in less than 30 days following the fourth blood moon. Nothing has to happen before that military crisis can begin to happen. That's why when I see this invasion, when I see the bungling of Afghanistan, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could take the weapons, the $1 billion worth of weapons we had in Afghanistan, and give it right now to the Ukraine? They could defeat the Russians because they're trying so hard. But we, with a very poor leadership, lost a fortune in military hardware. Our secrets are now, military secrets are now known to our enemies. And this is a reason that the foreign countries are looking at us, especially Russia and China, are looking at America as weak, as inept, as not knowing what to do, and they are going to press it to the nth degree until 2024. And by that time, the world is going to be entirely different. If China gets hold of Taiwan and Russia continues the progress it's making, the world geopolitically will be entirely different at the next presidential election. If there was ever a time for the American people to pray for this nation, it's now. And the nation, our nation, America, needs to play hardball with Iran and the nuclear weapon. They must not be permitted to get a nuclear weapon, because they will use it against Israel and they will use it against the United States of America. You can count on that.
Well, what a blessing that Pastor John Hagee is. And you know, Perry,